Hey folks, Marty Nowicki from Impact Snap, coming to you from the Mike Bender Golf Academy in Lake Mary, Florida. I'm here with internet superstar Eric Cagorno. This is the second time Eric and I have gotten together to do some videos, so I'm excited. Today we are going to talk about how to shallow the club for effortless power.
I think it's important to say off the bat that this was something that I saw you do.
Yeah,
clockwise drill.
Sure.
So very nicely
and
done.
to give proper chops, I got it spending time with Mike Bender.
Okay, perfect,
so,
perfect.
Yeah, it's fitting that we're doing the drill at his academy. So
Yeah.
take your grip.
Sure.
Let's jump right in.
Cool.
Hold the golf club right up to my hand, Eric.
Cool.
And when you're doing this, I like to make sure that the lead arm stays ahead of the golf club. And as Eric is watching the club, we are going to try and make soft, clockwise circles. Now, a couple key ingredients here. When I have my students do this, I'm very aware, I don't want to see your fingers sliding around on the golf club. I don't want to see your palm readjusting itself relative to your thumb so that we truly feel it in both wrists, okay?
Got it.
So as we add that little clockwise move into a downswing, that is your shallowing move. So it's so key. We've done some videos in the past where it's like, if you're going to turn, you had better shallow. And if you shallow from here, you had better start turning big time. So that drops the club, shallows it, or drops it in the slot, as people would like to say.
Yeah.
And it's a real simple feeling. How people go do this drill incorrectly is they actually let the club go past their lead arm. We know the importance of the lowercase letter Y.
Yep.
Okay, so if I was a wall right here, I'll put Eric at a slight angle to this wall. That way he creates his lowercase letter Y and learns to make these clockwise circles. Be really intricate with making sure that the fingers are not moving around on the golf club.
And I think there's two key points here as we're doing this. I think one with the idea of the wall in front.
Yep.
So if someone's at home, a literal wall would be good.
It would be.
Golf bag.
Yeah.
Right.
And stand at a slight angle so you can create your lowercase letter Y.
And the point of the Y and the point of the wall, because I think when I looked at that helped me so much.
So the
it should
point
never
of the,
pass it, right?
well, we don't want to smash into the wall, but you can use the wall now as a reference for what does your club face look like.
Yeah.
Because when we make that circle going back, the face effectively opens a little bit, and now our wrists are making these intricate moves to get that face right back to square.
Got it.
Okay.
And I think the point here being when we're talking about shallowing the club, we talk a lot about how to use the body to do it. That has its role.
Yes.
And I think you and I would mostly agree that in the beginning phases, certainly of learning to hit the ball well, hit a draw, solid contact, you want to learn how to do some of this with your arms and hands.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. There are some micro moves involving the wrists and the forearms that I think if people understood how to uncock their wrist, how to move their wrist bone slightly forward, so we call that ulnar deviation and flexion, or a lot of people would say uncocking and bowing.
Got it.
Tie that in with a little bit of, as my hand moves, my left arm, lead arm, moves counterclockwise, that's supination. So when you do all three of those things, there are actually some really intricate forces that get applied to the club that go into the ball.
So let's talk about how to apply this drill. Now I want to start hitting balls with these feels. Let's
we're going to start with some little half swings. I've set up two sticks, one that's going straighter back, one that's coming at an angle. So Eric, go ahead and take your grip, take your setup. And kind of a simple way of taking an on-plane backswing would be to simply point the golf club at a straight line as it extends away from the ball. Okay, that will lead the club to be parallel to that line. When we add our soft little circle, that's going to drop the club to the inside, which is basically giving Eric permission to start turning. Okay, that way we get the low point of the swing past the ball. So we go out on one stick, soft little circle, and start turning, turning, turning.
So I'm going club head back on the orange as I work back, and then I'm kind of on the way down getting my whole shaft parallel.
To parallel to the yellow.
To the yellow, got it.
So that drops it to the inside. So if you're someone that has a tough time drawing a golf ball, this would be a great drill for you.
And so maybe in the beginning phases, and I want to try doing a couple of reps of this. Maybe I have my bag or wall, etc. I'm doing a couple of these. I really like this circular feel for someone who's used to pulls down the shaft, it comes over the top, etc.
Yeah.
I mean, this just to get a general idea with a wall here, keep the shaft and club head behind where my left arm is, and get a sense of what that feels like, and then couple that with, hey, back on here, through on there. Unless I have a grip pressure of 9 million out of 10, right, that feels like I would be able to implement that if I'm willing to feel a little different and start to hit some shots with that.
Sure, and you touched on something important, and it's hard for Eric and I when we teach online, or it's hard for us to feel what people are doing. So go ahead and take your grip, and this is really what I should be feeling. So if Eric squeezes that club, I shouldn't be able to get it from him. Now relax your shoulders and your elbows, not your fingers, not your fingers, relax your wrists. Your arm should be this loose, so I can't get the club from Eric, but his arms now went on a pressure scale from about 9 down to about 4.
Got it.
Which now, when we do this little exercise, that's even softer, isn't it?
Yes, got it. And when you're doing this, the point of this, right, would be if you, especially if you're someone who's been trying to shallow, you know you're too steep, right? You're trying to shallow, haven't been able to do it. Right? And you want to say, hey, listen, I want to change that shaft. I see a ton of evidence, right, that the good ball strikers do it. I want to get the shaft a little shallower. Start with this, start short and slow, and we're going to hit a couple where you record it from down the line.
Big time.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people have been taught, and there are models that work well this way, but if your arms pull too fast, that's going to start to steepen the shaft.
Yeah.
So here, it's like once I start to make my circle, I kind of want the weight of the club to just fall.
Yeah.
All right? So my fingers have to be secure enough on it so the club doesn't move. My wrists are loose enough to let the weight fall. Why that's important as we get to bigger swings is now with a heavier club, there's more mass to swing out to the ball. Mass times velocity equals force.
I don't know if I'm too good at the math stuff, but I get the point of that. Let's hit a couple. Let's get a couple shots here with this. So I'm working on the wall piece, right? Which I kind of like doing up here, parallel to the ground. Is that okay?
Love it.
So I'm kind of feeling a clockwise motion of the club from my view.
And I do this with a lot of my students. I'm going to throw a second stick out here.
Yep.
So if Eric made a practice swing, I'll act as the wall. I want your shaft to stop at this wall. So go ahead and make your backswing.
Yep.
And then drop it to the inside and turn, push off. And now Eric's shaft is right on top of a vertical wall. Now we can check the club face.
Yep.
And if Eric dropped the club, it would line up at about a 40-degree angle or so, 45-degree angle would be simple math.
Got it.
So that you have a checkpoint for after you make the motion.
Yep.
What does it look like? And I like to say, make another rehearsal swing, Eric. And just as a simple checkpoint, you just dropped it, you turned, you pushed off, you stopped right here, and I like to say, okay, belt, chest, arms at the target, club slightly behind that, and you should see the ball have a slight draw within a swing or two.
Let's try one. Let's see if I can hit one here. Now I have a short club here. I would say I would do a couple of these motions. I'd rehearse one or two, maybe even record myself on camera before I hit to confirm what I'm feeling. Then I'd hop in with a ball, start at like a level 1, start short. I'm looking for this to look good on camera at this point. If I hit it good, great, but I want to see the shaft shallow. I want to see the shaft shallow in transition.
A little baby draw there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for, Marty. Me who gets a little underplane, if I overdid this, I'm going to see 1 or 2 thin ones in the beginning. That's fine. If you're someone who's over this way, again, you want to do this, and if this shaft is here, Marty, I would say some people in the beginning, they might be feeling like the shaft is freaking way,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, big exaggeration.
Big time, yes.
Yeah.
I exaggerate this with people that are perennial over the toppers. So I go back on one, down on the other, or I'll even put an obstacle there that they have to physically go around. Like I'll put a stick in the ground, or a golf bag, or sometimes I just stand there. So go ahead and take your setup.
Okay,
take your setup. Okay. So here's an exaggerated version. Miss me on the backswing.
This way?
Keep going.
Yep.
Miss me on the downswing.
Yeah, gotcha.
There's your circle. Now turn.
Yep. Got it. Got it.
Now, I don't trust everybody as much as I trust him. But I hope this video helped. I'm Marty Nowicki from Impact Snap, coming to you from Orlando, Florida, Mike Bender's Golf Academy with Eric Cagorno, my friend. Please hit the subscribe button down below. Click the bell notification. That way you get notified when we release more content. Leave your comments down below because that helps us to help create more content for you.